Another day, another set of days off. We're at it. We are at it. So as of today, guys, we are on, yeah, you already know, same old shit, different day. We left off last week skimming stuff, door gaps. That's where we are. So today I'm going to finish off blocking this out, prepping this hood, mask it down. We're going to primer this hood. We're going to primer these fenders. We're going to primer this bed. We're going to primer all those parts. And hopefully that's what we're going to have done by the end of today. I got cousin Babu out here helping me out. He's washing down the rhino for us. We got to get it ready for our hunting. You alright, bro? Gotta take a caca?
No.
What are you looking for? Oh, some more rags?
The dry cleaner.
Right here. Alright. So we're out here getting all this shit done with that. Oh shit, looks like we got some fire going on out here. Again, I don't know if this will zoom in. No, I guess it won't. Huh, I didn't know you can't zoom this thing. What a bummer. Whatever, junk. So, alright, so homie Jay, my buddy Jay, is going to be borrowing my trailer. He's going to Hot August Nights at Lucky Son with Gun. So, yeah, I'm over here building shit. Never get to do shit. Never get to drive my own shit. So yeah, we're getting there, guys. Though, you know, once I'm done with this truck this winter, it's on all my shit. There's a lot of things I'm gonna get done. At least get them drivable, including this damn wagon. So anyways, I went and bought some accessories for Jay. Well, they're mine, but you know, these things that go on here, and some D-rings that are detachable, because I didn't have any, and I hate putting the straps just to these. So I got those all set up. I bought 4 of them for Jay, that way he could strap his car down and hit the road. So he'll be taking my trailer. But yeah, alright, it's time to work. So we've been at it all morning. Went and had some breakfast at good old Max. Shout out to freaking Max La Sierra. That place is bomb. We eat there all the time. Me and cousin Bobo, we pretty much go there like every Thursday, eat breakfast. Yeah, we go eat and then we come back and we work. So I'm gonna set you guys up. Hopefully this camera don't die. But the good thing is I bought spare ones now. So I guess I don't have an excuse anymore, huh? Well, every day is a different day out here. And today, there's a lot of shit going down in Casket's Fab Shop. Look at this staccato over here. Magazine and everything. Alright guys, we're busting ass out here and we are a lot further ahead, but still not far enough. So basically I got one door done on one side. I'm almost done with the other door. All the parts outside are done and ready to they're washed, scuffed, cleaned with soap and water real good, and those are ready for some primer. So I think we're gonna shoot some primer on all those parts outside, at least get that part done. And I'm almost done with this other side. That side, most likely I'm gonna have to primer this front clip tomorrow. But we're moving along, guys, we're moving along. It's hotter than hell out here too, so I'm gonna keep working on this and Get back with you in a minute. Upside down. Damn! Of course, this choo-choo train dog over here has to come and... What the heck's wrong with you? You got freaking ticks, fleas? This guy. Like a damn choo-choo train. I feel like I'm be running on the tracks like on Stand By Me and lose my comb. So guys, what you think? We're there. We are there. I got this lined up across the bottom here. This mount is a little bent, so I need to bring the mount itself right in this corner down a little bit. And then I have new steps for these, which are actually right there. Bam, those are clean. These ones aren't bad, but they're banged up, so I'm gonna just put the newer ones on it. They're cleaner. We got all the fenders primered. I gotta finish blocking out this bed piece here, but I need to skim this little section a little bit better and then reblock it. This little piece of this tube here needs to be cut down here on the bottom, and this tube needs to come down. I don't know if you can see it, but that corner sits up. We got it pretty much dead nuts level, and then on a little Richter scale over there we got that level, and it looks flush on the body line straight across here. So everything's good. There was a little tweaking we had to do. Pretty much I'm gonna have to put some 1-inch risers between the chassis and the bed, and then here of course we have a 2x4 blocking it up there, but on this side we only have a couple washers, so it's a big difference. I think this back corner of this frame bends just a little bit. It's a little sagged on this back corner. We did measure the chassis on this, and everything is pretty straight. This back corner though slightly does sag just a little bit. I don't know if it's just a weak spring or it doesn't have shocks yet either, so I mean that could help level it out, but it does sag a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is just put little spacers in there And if for some reason later on down the road Phil puts shocks or does whatever and it does that, then we'll just take that spacer and cut it a little bit so it'll lower. I want to cut the mount. This is my problem. So if this mount is mounted flat on this piece right here, flush, right? This side's on the same. But if I lower this mount down to compensate for the frame, I mean, I can pound up a little bit of that frame and see if I can get it a little closer so it's more consistent. But the width of that freaking 2x4 right there, and that, come on, I don't think you're gonna get very consistent. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. The bed, whoever built this frame, the framing on the inside, it's not bad, but it is slightly off, about a ½ inch or a ¼ inch. I did notice something here. That piece of angle iron, there's more of that line showing on this side than there is on that side. But it's odd because the way everything sits is level, so something somewhere is tweaked. But this bed was in way better shape than the one Phil had, so he bought this bed, so we're gonna have to work with it. There's just some minor things that need to be fixed on it. I mean, everything's pretty straight for the most part, but there's I think it's on this side. For one, we cleaned these up because they were not round at all. So we cleaned these up a little bit to make sure they're perfect, and I used a washer on the end of them. That way they're the same. One of these, it is this one. Get out of the way, dude. Go, Cody. Freaking bug, dude. One of these here has a weird bulge right there. I don't know. I think that's where they welded the pipe back together. Of course, these guys, I guess, couldn't put this thing in a jig and weld a damn pipe straight. Welded it like their ass. So now I gotta get in there and fix it. And this side's good. Thank God. This side has that bulge on the bottom, but the top's flat. This side is good, but the freaking corner's up. So, yeah. That's an easy fix, though. This thing just has a spot, like a weld here. I'll cut that, tap this down, re-weld it. Other than that, guys, that front clip is lined up. Look at that gap. Let's see here. Boom. Look at that sucker. And it's flush. I flushed them out. I had to pull out the doors just a little bit, smack the fender in just a tad, and then I lightly skimmed it all. It all came out really nice. Let's see here. That's pretty much all I really did. I did this side too, but I'm still in the phases where I'm sanding it down with some 40 grit. I still got to do a little tweaking on the bottom of this fender and then finish flushing it in. Just bending things in and out and guide coating and blocking and getting it flat. But other than that, it's pretty good. Everything on this door, the gapping was pretty decent. I'm happy with that. I just got to run my sandpaper and my little gapping tool through there to clean it up real easy. And now that I noticed something on this bed, I don't know if it is off crooked a little bit. Now that I'm looking at it, I gotta go look at the other side. Side to sideways. But, no, I guess not. No, that's about the same. It has to be pretty close anyways, because whoever put these brackets on, put like an L bracket here. So it basically touches the inside of the frame, so it can't really go side to side. But the reason why they did that too is because you got your shock mount, which is almost touching right there. And this shock mount is almost touching right there. So it's centered. That's where it's at, boys. I was even trying to measure the cab. I even had the freaking little angle finder on the top of the cab and on the inside of the window frame there, because I thought the cab was crooked. I was like, please don't be crooked. Like, then I'm gonna have to be over there unbolting shit in there too. So yeah, that wouldn't have been very fun. I mean, it's just little tweaks here and there, you know, shims or, you know, whatever. But I mean, it's just more work. So now that I got this bed where I want it, it's raised up where I like it. Everything is symmetrical. It's time to start putting this thing together. I'm taking a little trip to my cabin, boys. I haven't been there in a while. You know, since my dad died, I've only gone once, and you know, we went and it was kind of hard, so we hadn't been back. Plus, I got this truck going on, and it's hard for me to take time to go. So I put in good 3 days straight work on this thing, trying to get this front clip adjusted. And same thing with the back fenders. We primered all the parts. Watch, we got these fenders, man, they came out pretty good. There's still some pits and a few little dings that we need to fix in here, but they're pretty close. All the inner panels are pretty cherry. I just need to do some rounding on the edging. Same thing like with this. The C-notch that they did back here, I just want to clean it up. I might round those edges a little bit, like down in there. Anyways, so I put the tailgate on. It's not in bad shape. The inside's a lot worse than the outside, but it's not bad. Somebody welded these shut, so of course I gotta cut these squares back out, and I also gotta figure out where I'm gonna weld the tab in here that sticks out for those. But Phil did give me the new parts to mount it on both sides so it swings. Once I weld the tabs and all that, all we're going to need is the chains, which it still has the holes here for the actual little eye bolts. Then we'll get some nice chains and all that and throw those on there. Only thing I'm worried about is I just hope when I cut those out that this beam isn't going to interfere with this tailgate. I'm just hoping it doesn't, because if it does, I'm going to have to cut it out all in the back, shorten it, and move it forward a little bit, which is just going to be a lot more work. But, yeah, I guide coated this fender. I just haven't had a chance to sand it. I still need to bolt the other one on. I just wanted to get some lines here where this goes exactly. That way I know what part of this needs to be body worked, because underneath all that paneling on the inside and all that, it's, you know, look at this truck, dude. You're never gonna see it. It's a cruiser, and it's actually pretty straight if you go look at the other side. I'm not saying I'm not gonna do the body work on it. I'm just not gonna concentrate on that spot, like all in here, as much as I am on these corners that are visible. You know, this has the ribs in it and all that, and you know it's gonna look clean painted, but that's those parts is what I want just perfectly straight. Other than that, guys, that's where I'm at. I mean, I knocked a bunch of shit out this valance. I do need to fix this hole here. But another thing I'm worried about is Phil's going to put some kind of different dash, or he's not using, on these bumpers, they have the big old chichis on them. And he's not going to use them big old chichis. So that bolts to this somehow. I don't know how it goes. I've never put one of these trucks together, so I don't know how that goes. But apparently, without using those, now we're gonna have to come up with some type of special mount to connect this bumper and use this valance, because a lot of the guys that don't use them big old chichis on there, they don't even have this valance behind it. So we're gonna make it work, even if I gotta make some special custom floating, you know, bracket that you don't even see. We'll make it work. It's custom. It's gonna look badass. This truck's gonna be sick. This truck's gonna be sick. So that's where we're at. I went and I got me a nice heavy ass sheet of steel today, brand spanking new. So we're gonna be putting that in and welding it up. And that's about it, man. Got me some square beams for some gates I gotta finish building for my mom. So that's where we're at, guys. The weather tonight, nice and dark. Looks like it's gonna rain. Yeah, look at that. Ain't that cool? Yep. Nice and fresh. Sure wasn't like that earlier, but alright, fellas, I thought I'd give you an update. I did a lot of work today on this thing, and we were moving a lot of stuff around. We were cleaning up the shop, like all this stuff that I really didn't think you guys need me to film, you know. But getting further along updates like this, as we get closer, I'll start filming a little bit more of what I'm doing. But sometimes when I'm in here with Cousin Bobble, we're just rocking and rolling, you know. I'm doing one thing, he's doing the other thing, and then we're over here adjusting and moving things, and like I just don't have time to be pulling this camera all over the place sometimes. When I'm by myself, I do more. But when he's around, like we feed off each other's energy and we just work. You know, and that's what I want. I want us to work and get things done, because, you know, I'm not paying the dude to stand around and watch me, you know. I'm paying him to work. So if I'm over here walking around with a camera, I ain't really working. So, you know, but yeah, this next week I think I'm gonna be in here a lot by myself, so hopefully everything will go good. About it. So I guess that's a wrap for tonight. I thought I'd give you guys this update. I gotta fill up my water tank for my cabin and go pack some clothes for the night and get ready. Come on, dogs, let's go. Come on. This way, both of you. Come on. Who would lose it? Come on. Come on. These dogs they love it in here. As soon as I come this way, they like have to be right here. They love it in this shop. I don't blame them, so do I. It's peaceful. But, alright. Well, that's a wrap. You know what else though? I ain't seen the shop boss. I don't know, maybe he went on vacation or something. I ain't seen him at all. Who knows? Alright, well, now I see why you have those big old blocks in there. Crazy. Oh, there's the other one right there. He had these in there. So, shitty thing is, can't even drill a hole. Has to plasma cut it out, and it's all shitty. It's not even cut straight. Look at this. I think what I'm gonna do, honestly, I'm gonna clean these up, cut them to the size I need them. I'm gonna weld a plate on the top and weld these things to the bed or to the frame so I get my frame level. Instead of messing with trying to bend it, I'm just gonna level it with these, put a plate with a hole, and then I'm gonna use my rubber spacer on the top. That way these will be permanent. So let me try that. See if that'll even work. So let me get the rubber spacer. I think that would work better. So yesterday we were talking about the mounts. I built that little mount. Not quite sure I like it. It's not that I don't like it, it's that it doesn't match with what I'm going to do. So yesterday when I was coming home, I found this big old rubber block that is way more sturdy than this little thing. So originally I thought these will work, you know, they're pretty solid, but they're kind of small. You know, and it being a truck bed, depending, I know Phil said he was going to use it to throw tires and all that, because that's what he does. You know, he's going to use it as a truck. And those little rubber mounts are just going to squash. I didn't really like them. They looked too flimsy to me. I wish they were more like a hockey puck. Should have bought fatter ones, but I was just testing shit out. So anyways, as I was closing my gate, I found this rubber block that I had, and it's solid. Solid, hard rubber. So I ended up drilling a hole in it and cutting it down, and that works cherry, and that thing's gonna last forever. So I'm gonna just do the same on this side. The problem being is, let me go grab it. We're gonna have to make a little bit of adjustments, because that side there is a little bit bigger. So I don't know if I can just pull this frame up a little bit more. I'm gonna try it. But here's my problem. This is heavy duty stuff, dude. But look at how far I'd have to pull it up. I don't think it's gonna happen. There's like a good, probably half an inch in there. So my thinking is, I'm gonna cut this where I want it, and then I'm gonna cut another piece of it and take a sliver off of it. And then I'm gonna glue them together. And then of course drill the holes in it and get it to work that way. That way it's just a little thicker and it'll work just fine. It's definitely a lot more solid, a lot more durable. Makes me feel a lot better than all that. But my cool little mount, I was all happy with that thing. Came out cherry, bro. Look at this thing. That little mount was pretty cool. I'm sure we'll use it for something. Throw it back in the scrap pile. But for now, guys, I'm gonna put some rubbers on it, wrap it up, double bag it. You never know where this truck's been. So, all right, that's where we're at. I'm gonna fab that mount up, that rubber mount, get that thing mocked up and where I need it to be. And then from there, I need to make the ones for the back. So the ones for the back, I think they're just going to be slivers the size of the frame of the chassis, and as long as this, the width of this pipe hole here, and then I'm just going to literally take the thing and drill right through it, drop a bolt in it on both sides. These are more consistent in the back, than the front. The back ones were the ones that were really off. But you can see it was only off just a little bit. So before I even go any further, I'm going to try to see if I can tweak that corner of that frame up just a little bit for this, to see if I get it more consistent in that corner. That way I won't have to make such a sliver on this if I can. I just don't know about bending it that far up. I just don't see it happening, bro. That's a lot to bend. I don't see it happening. We're gonna leave it because then I don't want to tweak this and make it worse. It's already lined up. It does need to go down just a piece. But alright guys, so pretty much where we're at right now is we took the fenders off again, took the steps off. Bobo's doing a secondary block after the first prime, skimming a few more things. We're gonna re-prime them one more time, block them flat again, and hopefully they'll be good to go. Bed is mounted solid. I ended up making those rubber blocks for it, all four. It's level, it's straight, it's good to go. I fixed this pipe here. I cut it down here on the bottom. I gotta clean it up, pulled this piece back down. On this side, on the tube, I need to fix this tube. I remember I showed you guys, this tube has a weird little bow in it right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right here somewhere. It's like when they welded the tube together, they didn't weld it in a jig. They half-assed it, so I gotta fix it. But like I was saying, I was working on the tailgate before I put the metal in the bed, and I knew it. This freaking piece here is gonna have to go. So I don't know who put this thing in there, but they didn't put it far enough back and the damn tailgate hits it. So I'm gonna have to splice it here, cut some tack welds out, and push this whole beam in just a little bit. That way I have some more clearance, because it's just it's too. I mean, it fits flush here, but for some reason it's hitting everything else in that tailgate. I don't like it, so I'm just gonna move it back just a saw blade. So I cut these out. I gotta clean them up, but everything seems to be going good. That's where we're at. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut those out, and then go from there. I'm gonna throw on some jams so you guys can kick back and watch. Alright guys, so pretty much where we're at now, we got everything on. Tailgate did not fit right, it was bent to hell, so we unbent it to hell, and we ratchet strapped it until this sat flush. I gapped it a little bit better, got that to work, and then when we got to this side closed better, but the problem that we had with it, even though it closed flush here, this had a huge bulge in it. So I had to make some relief cuts to flush it out and pound it flat. We're gonna weld it, and then we'll body work that in here in a little bit. Then we'll start the body work on this tailgate. But other than that, opens, closes, good to go. I gave some space in that little area in there with this bar. I got to finish welding that in, and that's it. We're gonna clean up this tailgate the best we can. More likely on the outside than the inside, because on the inside, I mean, we're gonna clean it up, but it's pretty banged up in there. But I'm gonna go ahead and swap cameras in the battery, swap batteries in the camera, and then we'll get this thing welded up. Alright guys, so we did a lot today. Tailgate's looking better, but it's rough. It looked clean until I started getting into it. Had to do some work in here. I still got to do a little bit more. I flushed these out a little better. I banged these things straight. I'm going to add some metal in here to clean those up, make them look new again. This thing is weightier than shit. So I pounded out a bunch of dents as low as I could get them to where they feel better, but there's also about a ton of mud on this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and block it down and just skim it to my best. I did some work here and here as well. Same on this one, need to add some metal. But other than that, it's flowing, it's going. Things are going good. As you can tell, we made a disaster in here today. That looked like that earlier, but I cleaned it. But everything's coming together. So bed's mounted. This is back in, got the welds all in. We gave it a little bit more space here. It worked out great. We got these cut out. Everything's level. We got that piece welded in. I just need to clean out the bottom of it, and then that's it. I got to finish off the body work on this. So once I get that tailgate where I want it and I'm happy and it opens and closes and everything, then I'll start doing the body work on these sides. These are pretty good. I've already done a lot of body work. I just never finished sanding these down. So I got to finish those. I'm going to pretty much go over this whole thing one more good time, and then I'm going to block it out. I'm going to block it all out one more good time, and then I'm going to prime the hell out of it. And then we're going to do it again. We got the other step off. This one still needs to come off. This is missing a bolt here. So I'm going to have to somewhere probably put a bolt in this one. And we're almost there, dude. This bed's getting a lot closer. There's some holes I'm going to have to weld up. I think these little holes here I have to weld. There's a couple. I think this one's for that. I don't know what those are for. I'm not sure what holes are for what down there. Oh, those are for the tail lights. But okay. Yeah, so we're there. I mean, I'm gonna clean up now, and we're good. I mean, at least the bed's mounted and it's flush, and everything's it looks okay to me. Everything looks good. It's square. I'm happy with the way it's coming out. So for right now, guys, we're gonna call it a day. I gotta do some cleaning up, and both of the rear fenders are blocked out. One of them was skimmed, and Bobby's finishing sanding it now, so it's almost ready for primer. I gotta skim the other one. We'll block that out. So tomorrow, most likely, I'll reprime those fenders, and I'm gonna try to get this bed in primer at least by Sunday. So today's Friday. I'm hoping by Sunday we'll be repriming the front clip, the bed, the fenders, and this truck will be on its last leg. So the cab's pretty ready to go. I mean, I just still want to fine tune a few more things, but we're getting there. So a lot more work today, a lot more time put in. I'm gonna put this on the charger now and let it upload all my videos, and I will be back out here again either later on tonight or tomorrow to get some more work done.